What would you sacrifice for knowledge? Your wealth, your comfort? What about a part of your very body? Today, we explore one of the most heart-wrenching tales from the Mahabharata, where devotion meets injustice, and sacrifice reveals the complex nature of Dharma itself. In the ancient kingdom of Hastinapura, during an era when warriors were forged through rigorous training, there lived the greatest archery teacher of his time, Dronacharya. Born from a pot, blessed with divine knowledge of weapons, Drona had become the royal guru, training the Pandava and Kaurava princes in the art of warfare. Among his students, Arjuna stood out as the most promising archer. Drona had made a sacred promise to Arjuna that he would make him the greatest archer in the world. This wasn't just a teacher's encouragement. It was a guru's vow, carrying the weight of Dharma itself. But destiny had other plans brewing in the dense forests beyond the palace walls. Deep in the wilderness lived a young tribal boy named Ekalavya. Son of Hiranyadhanus, the chief of the Nishada tribe, Ekalavya possessed an extraordinary natural talent for archery. His fingers seemed to dance with the bowstring, and his arrows found their mark with uncanny precision. When Ekalavya heard about the legendary Dronacharya, his heart burned with desire to learn from the master. He travelled to Hastinapura, hope shining in his eyes, and approached the great guru with utmost humility. "Please accept me as your student, Guruji," Ekalavya pleaded, bowing deeply before Drona. But Drona looked at the tribal boy and shook his head. "I cannot teach you," he said firmly. "I am bound by royal duty to teach only the princes and noble families." The rejection could have crushed Ekalavya's spirit. Instead, it ignited something extraordinary within him. Returning to the forest, Ekalavya did something remarkable. He crafted a clay statue of Dronacharya with his own hands, pouring all his reverence and devotion into every detail. Placing this statue in a sacred grove, he began practicing archery, treating the clay figure as his living guru. "Pranam Guruji," he would say each morning, offering flowers and prayers to the statue. Then he would practice, imagining Drona's voice guiding him, correcting his stance, refining his technique. Days turned into months, months into years. Ekalavya's dedication was absolute. He practiced in scorching heat and torrential rain, through festivals and fasts, with the clay statue as his silent witness. His skill grew beyond imagination. His arrows could split other arrows mid-flight. He could shoot by sound alone, hitting targets he couldn't see. The forest itself became his teacher, as he learned to move like shadow and strike like lightning. One day, the Pandava princes were hunting in that very forest when they encountered something impossible. A dog returned to them with its mouth filled with arrows, yet completely unharmed. The archer had shot with such precision that the animal couldn't bark but remained perfectly safe. Who could possess such incredible skill? Arjuna wondered, his confidence shaken. Following the trail, they discovered Ekalavya practicing before his clay guru. When introduced, the tribal youth humbly declared, "I am Ekalavya, student of Dronacharya." Arjuna felt his world crumble. Here was an archer whose skills surpassed his own, claiming the same guru. When they returned and reported this to Drona, the teacher faced an impossible dilemma. Drona had never actually taught Ekalavya, yet the boy claimed him as guru. More troubling was the threat this posed to his promise to Arjuna. If Ekalavya continued advancing, he would indeed become the world's greatest archer. Drona made a decision that would echo through history. He visited Ekalavya in the forest. "If I am truly your guru," Drona said, "then give me my Guru Dakshina, my teacher's fee." Ekalavya's face lit up with joy. "Anything, Guruji, ask for anything. Give me your right thumb." The words hung in the air like a curse. Ekalavya's thumb was the source of his archery prowess, the key to his extraordinary skill. Without it, he could never shoot with the same precision again. Yet Ekalavya didn't hesitate. With a smile of pure devotion, he drew his knife and cut off his thumb, offering it to Drona like a sacred flower. Drona accepted the offering and left, carrying with him the weight of what he'd done. Ekalavya adapted, learning to shoot with his remaining fingers, though never again with his former supernatural skill. His sacrifice preserved Drona's promise to Arjuna, but at what cost? This story challenges us profoundly. It celebrates Ekalavya's unmatched devotion, while questioning the social systems that denied him equal opportunity. It shows us that sometimes Dharma isn't simple or fair. It's complex, demanding impossible choices. Ekalavya's sacrifice teaches us that true learning comes from within, that devotion can overcome any barrier, and that greatness isn't always rewarded justly. His thumb became a symbol of how talent and dedication can flourish, even in the face of systemic inequality.